Just practice from the May 21st, 2000 talk, the 40 Kammaṭṭhāna. We have two types of meditation. In Pali, they are called Samatha Bhavana and Vipassana Bhavana. Samatha refers to tranquility meditation. Vipassana refers to insight meditation. In Samatha meditation, we have 40 subjects, but some of them are not useful for everyone. We should still study some of these to gain knowledge. Even if we practice Vipassana meditation, we still need to practice some tranquility meditation in order to support our Vipassana meditation. For example, metta, or loving kindness, and anapana, or breath, meditation are useful for practicing insight Vipassana meditation too. Whoever would like to attain Jhana, or supernormal knowledge, needs to practice Samatha meditation. When we practice Samatha meditation and gain higher concentration, we gain Jhana. If you gain the fifth Jhana, you can show your psychic powers, and so on. But for us, I don't think we need psychic powers. Luang Por laughs. In Pali, we call these 40 subjects of meditation Kammaṭṭhāna. Kammaṭṭhāna means subject of meditation. And so we have 40 subjects of meditation. What are they? The first 10 are called kasina, which means whole, all, or complete. This means that when we practice kasina meditation, we have to observe the entire object, not just one part. We concentrate our mind on the whole object of the meditation. So we have the earth kasina, water kasina, fire kasina, air kasina, blue kasina, yellow kasina, red kasina, white kasina, space kasina, and light kasina. These are the 10 kasina. Nowadays, we still have people who practice these meditation objects. And so, for example, we concentrate our mind on the circle of the earth, and we may mentally or audibly say, earth, 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 earth. When you concentrate on the subject, your mind becomes one-pointed. There are no distractions. After you practice this every day, even when you close your eyes, you'll see this object, this earth kasina. Whenever you sit, you'll see this object. Practice until you're familiar with this object. Eventually, you will not see the form, but just its color. When there are no mental hindrances disturbing you because your mind is so captivated on the earth, you'll gain Jhana. Vitakka, initial application. Vikara, sustained application. Piti, rapture. Sukha, bliss. And ekaggata, one-pointedness. In other words, the 5 factors of the 49, the collected teachings of Luang Por Chaya first Jhana, will have come together from your mind concentrating on the earth kasina. When you're able to concentrate on the earth kasina for 1 or 2 or 3 hours, practicing every day for many, many days or many months, then you will gain Jhana, the first Jhana, and then higher and higher through the Rupajana and toward the Arupajana. And then you will have supernormal knowledge. You can see, because your mind is so pure and strong from this concentration, you'll be able to see whatever you want to see or hear whatever you want to hear. Through the divine eye or divine ear, you can read someone's mind or remember your past lives or someone else's lives. Whoever practices meditation on the earth kasina will be able to gain the first Jhana through the 5th Jhana. You can try this at home if you want. It's easy. Use the earth kasina as your object and just concentrate on this object. For the water kasina, the technique is the same. You can use some vessel full of colorless water. Maybe use a bowl or a big cup, anything. Just put water in there and put it in front of you. Concentrate your mind on the water kasina. Make a mental or audible note. Water, 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 water. Don't think about anything else. Just this water, until you see it even if you close your eyes. We can gain Jhana this way too. When you're familiar with these kasina, you can concentrate your mind in this way to gain tranquility. Don't think about anything but this object. After you gain concentration by doing this, you should practice Vipassana meditation using your primary object. Next is the fire kasina. Here you may imagine a fire before you and just concentrate on the fire. Or maybe use a fireplace. Just concentrate on fire, 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 fire. Even if you close your eyes, you'll see the fire. You can also light a candle and just concentrate your gaze on the fire. Fire, 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 fire. When you get used to it, you can do it anywhere you see fire. Just concentrate on it. And you can gain tranquility this way too. So you have earth, water, and fire kasina. And now, air kasina. We can concentrate on the air. When there's wind entering through a door or a window, concentrate on air, 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 air. Sometimes you can look up at the top of a tree and watch the wind blowing it. See the tree limbs shaking and moving. And sometimes you can feel the air touch your body. Concentrate on the air. 50. Just practice. We have to really practice meditation on the air kasina to get used to it, to concentrate on the air, because normally it's difficult. And we also have blue kasina, yellow kasina, red kasina, and white kasina. You can practice with any of these colors. Maybe use a paper or a piece of cloth that's one of these colors. Put it in front of you and mentally or audibly note, blue, 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 blue. Don't see anything but the blue. This is your kasina. You'll be able to close your eyes and visualize this object. We have to practice this many times and for many days. Pick any color you like. When we practice this, it's very easy. Even if you go somewhere, you may see someone wearing red or blue. You can concentrate on this. Don't allow your mind to go anywhere else but on blue, 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 etc. Sometimes we see flowers, so just concentrate on the color of the flowers. Red, 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 red. Don't let your mind leave the object. This is possible for anyone to practice. Just blue, yellow, red, or white. Use any of these. It's very easy. There's no need to read a book. You don't have to waste your time. Just concentrate your mind on the people in front of you, what color they're wearing. If you go somewhere and see a color, any color, use it. Next is space kasina. Here, space would be a hole. Concentrate on this hole, or this space. Space, 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 space. Concentrate your mind on the space as an object. For light kasina, the light may be moonlight or sunlight. You may see it enter through a window or a door, or maybe you see it cast on the wall. You just see the light. Light, 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 light. At night, in particular, you can concentrate on a light. So if we have strong concentration, we can gain the first through fifth jhana using any of these 10 kasina. Next we have the 10 asubha, or impurities. They include 1. A bloated corpse. A few days after someone dies, the body normally becomes bloated and swollen. It's not normal in the United States to meditate on a bloated corpse, but it was in the time of the Buddha. Back then, many people were very poor, and according to their tradition, when someone died, they didn't bury or cremate the corpse. They just put it in the cemetery and animals and birds came and ate it. And so a few days after someone died, the monks would go to the cemetery to practice this 51, the collected teachings of Luang Porchaya impurity meditation. Nowadays, we can't really do that. So the first one is meditation on a bloated corpse. 2. A discolored corpse. This means that after a few days or a week, the color of the dead body has changed from flesh-colored to maybe green. 3. A festering body. 4. A dissected body. This means the body is split, like someone used a knife to cut the body into different parts, to dissect it. 5. An eaten body. Maybe a tiger or a vulture or some other big bird came to eat the dead body. They eat the body, and maybe different pieces of it are lying around the cemetery. 6. A body scattered in pieces. You'll see the dead body's head is in one place, a hand is in another place, and a leg is in yet another place. 7. A body scattered in pieces by using a knife to chop it up. not by an animal but by people cutting it up into different pieces. 8. A bloody corpse. This means maybe someone died by a vehicle accident and the whole body is bloody. 9. A worm-infested body. Maybe after a few weeks worms are infesting the whole body, congregating especially around the eyes and nose. And 10. A skeleton. There are just bones, no flesh anymore. These 10 kinds of impurities are used to cultivate the concept of repulsiveness of the body. Most people are attached to their bodies and the bodies of others. As long as you're attached to your body or someone else's body, you'll have suffering. When you develop meditation on these impurities, you're not so attached to your body. So the purpose of this type of meditation is to get rid of attachment. When you get rid of attachment, there's no suffering. With meditation on these impurities, you can gain just the first jhana. You can't gain the higher levels. Even though we can't really practice corpse meditation in the United States, we can still practice the last one, skeleton meditation, when we go to a museum or hospital and maybe see a skeleton or bones. Even if we emphasize Vipassana meditation in our practice, we can still practice seeing our body as a skeleton too. Or sometimes we can practice 52. Just practice visualizing someone else in front of us as a skeleton. This is samatha, or tranquility, meditation. If you want to practice skeleton meditation, it's easy for everyone. You can collect bones, put them in front of you, and mentally or audibly note, skeleton, 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 skeleton. Then, even if you close your eyes, wherever you go, you just see skeletons all the time. You should also think, I too will one day be like this dead body. Contemplate yourself as a corpse, and you can get rid of your attachment. In the time of the Buddha, there was a monk who used to practice skeleton meditation. One day he was walking to the village for alms round, and he passed a small forest. A married couple had a quarrel, and the wife was returning to her parents' house. On her way, she passed the forest and saw the monk. When the monk looked at her, he saw her only as a skeleton. Normally in the jungle, if it was just the two of them, perhaps attachment could have occurred. But for a monk used to practicing skeleton meditation, he saw her only as a skeleton. He then immediately went away to sit in meditation. After the factors of jhana arose, the monk began to practice vipassana meditation. When he did, he saw the nature of mind and matter, arising and disappearing, impermanent. He then gained the 4th stage of enlightenment and became an arahant. After the monk became an arahant, the husband came by and asked him, "Did you see a woman pass this way?" The monk replied, "I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I just saw a skeleton going down the road." Luangpur laughs. The monk told him the truth. In that moment, he'd seen her only as a skeleton. We can practice this too. The monk saw the woman's whole body as a skeleton. In America, we can't easily practice all of these impurity meditations. We can't really practice 1 through 9, but we can practice the skeleton meditation. For these impurity meditations, it's good to go to a cemetery. But in America, you go to a cemetery and it looks like a garden. In the event you see a car accident, maybe there's a dead body, you can use it as your meditation object. So that's the first 20 of the 40 Kammaṭṭhāna. Next we'll talk about the reflections or recollections. Before they sit down to practice meditation, Buddhist people may recollect the virtues of the Buddha, radiate loving kindness, think about the impurity of the body, and contemplate death, thinking, I can die 53 the collected teachings of Luangpur Chaya any time. This may not be so necessary for non-Buddhists. They might simply reflect on the virtues of the Buddha. Buddhanusati is recollection of the virtues of the Buddha. This is a kind of meditation. The reflection we do in our chanting has 9 kinds of virtues of the Buddha. In brief, they are: 1. Worthy. The Buddha was worthy of accepting offerings from the people. 2. Fully enlightened. The Buddha was perfectly enlightened without a teacher. He discovered the truth. 3. Endowed with wisdom and conduct. As he knew, He practiced. As he practiced, he knew. Most people know everything, but they don't practice. In other words, they don't follow what they know. Others practice the wrong way. That is, they practice, but they don't understand. We need to know and practice. This is another kind of virtue of the Buddha. 4. Well gone. From the time he was the Bodhisattva until he gained enlightenment and became the Buddha, he had no wrong view. He practiced very well. He helped people to enter Nibbana. He was well gone. 5. Knower of the world. He understood this world, the human world, the heaven world, and the Brahma world. And he knew about the different kinds of beings existing in these worlds, including the nature of their form and consciousness. 6. Incomparable tamer of those who can be tamed. According to the tradition stories, animals, giants, Brahma, gods, humans, whoever, he could train any of them to be tame. There are a lot of stories about that. 7. Teacher of gods and men. A lot of people had problems they didn't know how to solve, so they asked the Buddha. He'd explain the solution to them and help them understand in order to gain enlightenment. 8. The awakened one, omniscient. He understood the 4 noble truths. As he did, he taught others to understand mind and matter as it is. And 9. The blessed or holy one. He could explain the Dhamma. 54. Just practice. So the Buddha had these 9 virtues. When we contemplate on Buddhanusati, this is a kind of bhavana, or meditation. But no jhana can be gained because the virtues of the Buddha are realities. The next reflection is on Dhammanusati, the virtues of the doctrine. We have 6 kinds of virtue here. They include 1. Well proclaimed or well expounded. Even if you only study or listen to the teachings, you'll feel happy about it. No greed or anger arises in your mind, and as you practice, you'll get results, and you'll be happy. When you gain enlightenment, you'll gain a special feeling of respect. That's why the Buddha's doctrine is well proclaimed. 2. To be realized by oneself. If you practice the Dhamma, you will know. If you decide to practice meditation, observe the precepts and radiate loving kindness, how do you feel? No one knows except that person. This means to be realized by oneself. It's like how you have to drink something to know its taste. 3. There's no delay. It's timeless. If you do it right now, you get results right now. You can get results anytime. For example, if you sit in meditation, then no greed and no hatred arises in your mind. Otherwise, mental defilements may arise to disturb your mind. 4. Inviting investigation. Come and see. I would like you to come and practice. For example, if you would like to go to a meditation center to practice meditation, you'll know for yourself. 5. Worthy of inducement in one's own mind. This means we should carry this doctrine within our mind and body all the time. Whatever we do, whatever we think, the Dhamma should be with us all the time. And then the Dhamma will lead us toward Nibbana. Without Dhamma, we may get depressed, suffer, or cry. Dhamma is nature. When we understand nature, we don't have to suffer so much. And 6. To be understood by the holy ones, by the wise. Whoever practiced meditation and gained enlightenment can attain fruit consciousness and take Nibbana as one's object. They can stay there for 1 or 2 or 3 days. Whoever knows that, the stream enterer and so on. 55. The collected teachings of Luang Por Chaya knows for themselves. This means that the doctrine is to be understood by the wise, each one for himself. The wise here means a holy person who has already gained enlightenment. They know by themselves, so you can concentrate your mind by reflecting on the virtues of the doctrine on one of these 6 Dhammanusati bhavana. This is another kind of samatha meditation. Next is Sanghanusati, reflection on the virtues of the order. This refers to the holy monks. When you chant, you're reflecting on their good conduct. Why is it good conduct? Because they practice morality, concentration, and wisdom. This is good and upright conduct. When they practice upright conduct, it leads straight to Nibbana. This type of conduct is the right way to practice, to gain enlightenment. We also reflect on how the holy monks are worthy of gifts. For example, maybe something special from overseas or another state. Oh, I'll take this to offer to the holy monks. They are worthy of receiving these gifts because they practice good conduct. The holy monks are worthy of hospitality. Maybe you have them in your home as special guests. Or when they come to your house, you offer them something special. They are worthy of this hospitality and worthy of your welcome. And the holy monks are worthy of offerings. If someone dies, they may become a hungry ghost. After someone offers something to monks, they can dedicate the power of the offering to that someone who has passed away. Perhaps that person will receive the merit of this offering and be reborn next in a good existence. The holy monks are worthy of reverential salutation. When we see holy monks, we pay respect to them because their minds are very pure. There's no mental defilement, no greed, hatred, delusion, jealousy, and so on. That's why we pay respect to holy monks. And last, holy monks are an incomparable field of merit for the people. That's why people come to pay respect and offer things. If you reflect on the virtues of the holy order, on one of the Sanghanusati Bhavana, this is another kind of tranquility meditation. This reflection on the triple gem is mostly for Buddhist people, but even non-Buddhists can reflect on sila or morality. Everyone can reflect on the perfection of one's own virtuous conduct. Oh, I have very pure precepts, I have good conduct, I don't harm animals, etc. 56. Just practice. Think about your own virtuous conduct. I don't kill anyone, I don't steal or cheat anyone, I don't commit sexual misconduct, and I don't lie or use drugs or other intoxicants. When you reflect on your own morality, it's a kind of meditation. Sometimes when we prepare to sit in meditation, we need this type of reflection before we begin. I'm a good person. So think about your precepts and your virtuous conduct. When you realize that you're a good person, your mind becomes calm and your meditation will easily be concentrated. This is a kind of meditation. You can also reflect on your generosity. Think about the course of your life and all the times you helped people, poor people, your friends or relatives, parents, teachers, your temple, school, a hospital, or society. Just think about your generosity. You'll feel happy and peaceful. This is a kind of meditation. Then sit and practice vipassana meditation. Reflecting on your good conduct and your generosity supports your vipassana meditation. Next, we have reflection on deities or gods. This means reflection on the virtues that make people become gods. What are they? Before someone became a god or an angel, what did they do? What did they have? We're talking here about heaven, not the Brahma world. Deities or gods had saddha, faith or confidence, sila, good conduct, and kagga, generosity, as well as knowledge, wisdom, moral shame, and moral fear. Because of this, after they died, they became angels. You can reflect on how you may have these same virtues of confidence, generosity, morality, knowledge, and wisdom, and that you don't do anything evil. You can have these qualities, just like the angels. If you contemplate this, it's another kind of meditation. Whenever you think about it, you'll feel happy and peaceful. We also have reflection on peace, the attributes of nibbana, the cessation of suffering, the cessation of craving, supreme peace. You can reflect on this peace. When you practice meditation, you can reflect. May I be able to gain nibbana, so that one day I will feel this peace. This is a kind of meditation too. We can reflect on death, or marana sati, the termination of this cycle of physical life. Death is certain, and life is uncertain. When you know that, you will have to prepare for it. When you're lying down or sitting, try to concentrate on your nostrils. As you breathe in, say to yourself, I. And as you breathe out, 57, the collected teachings of Luang Porchaya say, will die. We are acknowledging that we can die at any time and in any moment. This is another kind of meditation. With these last several subjects of meditation we talked about, from the contemplation of the virtues of the Buddha through the reflection on death, we cannot gain any jhana because these objects are realities. The virtues of the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Sangha, etc. are realities. Our morality, our generosity, deities, confidence, and so on are also realities. Contemplating nibbana or death, these too are realities. We cannot gain any jhana because we can't contemplate these objects deeply. Now, mindfulness of the body. This body is made of 32 impure parts. In our chanting, we reflect on the hair of the head, the hair of the body, nails, teeth, skin, and so on. 32 parts. But mostly, we focus on the first 5, hair of the head, hair of the body, nails, teeth, and skin. We think about their form, their color, and their smell. We will understand how ugly and impure they are. Inside our bodies we have bones and bone marrow, a heart, a liver, urine, kidneys, and many other kinds of impure things. If we think about that, it's another kind of meditation. When we practice this kind of meditation, we can gain the first jhana only. And the last subject in this group of 10 is mindfulness of breathing, or anapanasati, inhalation and exhalation. We have many techniques to do this. You may do breath counting, or maybe concentrate on the sensation of the breath at the nostrils, etc. Breath meditation can be both tranquility meditation and insight vipassana meditation. If you just concentrate on the touching sensation at your nostrils, this is tranquility meditation. However, if you realize that the sensations are arising and disappearing, you see the impermanence of the sensation and the impermanence of the noting mind, this becomes insight vipassana meditation. Beginners should practice tranquility meditation first. After you're familiar with that and can gain deep concentration, you will know the impermanent nature of the breath and the noting mind. That's why anapanasati can be both tranquility meditation and insight vipassana meditation. And next we have the sublime states, or brahmavihara. This means noble living. We have 4 of these. 1. Metta. Goodwill is very important for everyone. Meditators and non-meditators need this. Without this loving 58, just practice kindness, we cannot gain peace in our world. Try to love everyone. Metta is very important. 2. Karuna. Compassion is a kind of meditation. You want someone to overcome suffering. You don't want anyone to be harmed. 3. Mudita. This is appreciative joy. If we see someone happy and prosperous, we feel happy about that. There's no jealousy. And 4. Upekkha. This is equanimity. When someone does something that leads them to get arrested and be punished, for example, you may not be able to help them. We recognize that this is happening according to their karma. Equanimity is an impartial view, with no attachment, no aversion, a balanced mind. The next subject is the loathsomeness of food. We can think about our food, such as how long it takes to prepare and cook it, how we insert it into our mouths, and the chewing and swallowing that is required. We can think about what it's like once it gets to our stomach, about how it'll be sitting in there, and what it'll be like when it comes out of our body. If we don't contemplate the loathsomeness of food, we'll get attached to food and crave it. But when you think about the loathsomeness of food, there's no attachment. You eat for survival, for life. We don't survive to eat. We eat to survive. With the meditations on metta, karuna, and mudita, you can gain the 1st through 4th jhana only. For upekkha, you can gain the 5th jhana. As for perception of the loathsomeness of food, you cannot gain jhana. And next we have analysis of the 4 elements, investigation of the 4 elements with regard to their characteristics, and so on. The characteristics of the earth element are hardness and softness. The characteristics of the water element are cohesion and fluidity. The characteristics of the fire element are hot and cold. And the characteristics of the air element are supporting, pushing, moving, etc. Think about these characteristics, their functions, and their manifestations. This is analysis. 59. The collected teachings of Luang Por Chaya. In the body, we have 20 kinds of earth elements, hard elements like hair, nails, the heart, etc. And of the 32 parts of the body, about 12 are of the water element, such as urine, etc. The body also has 4 fire elements, including body heat. Fever, such as when you get sick, this is one kind of fire element. Excessive heat or cold, which can cause a body to die, and digestive heat. And this body has 6 air elements, including upgoing, such as hiccups, downgoing, like feces or urine being carried out of the body. Without this downgoing element, we cannot go to the restroom. And when you feel hungry, you'll hear noise. This is wind in the belly, wind in the bones, wind running through the organs, opening the eyes, closing the eyes, opening the hand, stretching the hand, and winds that run through all limbs. And we have the breath, specific. And the last group of the 40 subjects is arupajana. This includes the infinity of space, where you don't see anything, just infinity or space. The infinity of consciousness, nothingness, and neither perception nor non-perception, which is very subtle. So altogether we have 40 subjects of meditation. 60